Hello, welcome. I'm Tauni at Yoga 413, and today I'm leading you through a total body vinyasa flow practice. Although it is a total body practice, we are going to emphasize binds. Think poses like bound side angle, bound triangle, and anytime we do binds, I encourage you to have a yoga strap or a belt, a tie, or even a small hand towel. That helps you bind and, most importantly, maintain alignment. So go ahead and get what you need, and as always, listen to your body, take any pose options or modifications that you might need, and let's simply enjoy our time together on the mat. So with that, let's get started. So we're going to begin in child's pose. Widening the knees, big toes touching, lowering down to your mat. Taking these first few moments of class to simply arrive, both physically and mentally. Turning your attention to your breath as you lengthen both the inhale and the exhale. And today I'm going to ask you to turn your focus and attention to one of gratitude. Thankful for our time on the mat to better our well-being, and thankful for our bodies and what they do for us every single day. And if there's anything else today that you want to acknowledge on the mat that you're thankful for, go ahead and do that now. And then as you breathe in, begin to extend the arms forward for extended child's pose. So as you press into the hands and lengthen your arms, you might already start to feel a stretch in that area around the shoulders, maybe the upper back. Breathe into that stretch. One more deep breath in and out. Begin to rise up into tabletop, bringing those knees right under the hips. We're going to move into thread the needle, taking the right arm underneath the left with the palm up as you lower the shoulder and the head to the mat. Start to really lengthen through those fingertips, but you're pressing down into the mat, and then begin to extend that left arm back forward, very similar to where we were with that extended child's pose. Really breathe into areas where you feel tight. Relax, soften. One more deep breath. And then begin to rise back up into that tabletop. We're going to kick the right foot out like a kickstand behind us as you lift into supported half moon. So stacking your hips. One more breath, and as you hold the pose, see if you can bend the knee, place the foot into that left hand, and then actively press. Again, we're finding a stretch all down the front of the body, from the hip flexors to the shoulder. Breathe in, come out of it, and exhale back to all fours. Threading that needle with the left arm, taking it underneath the right, lower down. Begin to extend that right arm forward. So as you press that left arm down into the mat, it's almost like you're trying to pull that arm back to lengthen the arm even more and deepen that stretch in the back of the shoulder. On that next inhale, rising up, back to tabletop. Left foot kicks out like that kickstand. Lift up into that supported half moon. Hips are stacked. reaching up through the fingertips, and then staying here, or taking that foot into the hand by bending the knee, and then actively press that foot into the hand. One more breath. Inhale, extend back out, and exhale, come back down. Bringing the hands more forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And begin to bring a little movement into your dog, maybe alternate bending the knees, maybe hips side to side. Into downward facing dog, and then hold that pose. Staying wide through the chest, the shoulders, lifting those hips up. Begin to look forward and take as many steps as you need to as you walk the feet to the hands. Ragdoll pose, cradling those elbows, knees can remain nice and soft, and start to sway side to side. Allow the top of the head to reach down towards that mat. And coming to center, release the elbows, start to roll it up, arriving at the top in mountain pose. Breathe in, reach your arms over the head. As you exhale, cactus your arms. Start to open the front of the body as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, back up. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your chest. One more time, inhale. And exhale, cactus. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen to your half lift, hands can come to the shins. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, step back to a high plank, lifting the hips up for downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts up to the sky, one leg dog. Bring that foot forward between the hands, lengthen into that runner's lunge, chin away from chest, and then exhale the left knee to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus, and press the hips forward and down. Again, inhale, lift, shifting the weight back, and then exhale into that stretch, maybe taking the eyes up to the sky. One more time, breathe in. And exhale. Bringing the hands down to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, the left leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot between the hands. Inhale, lengthen, runner's lunge, chin away from chest. Exhale, knee to the mat. Again, inhale, rising up. Exhale, cactus, and bring the stretch forward. Your hips come forward. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in. And out. Hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Take about 3 breaths here. Fingers spread wide. One more breath. Looking forward, step your feet to your hands. Lengthen, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rising up, high mountain. Bringing the hands behind you, interlace, adding that bind. Now an option could be to grab onto your elbows instead. If not, you're binding the hands, or grab that towel or strap if you need it. Look up, lengthen, and exhale to your fold with the hands bound behind you. One breath in, one breath out. Release the hands to the mat. Step back to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up, we're going to bend the knee this time, open up the hip, and hold this pose. So if you've shifted your weight over to the left, can you press just as much into that right shoulder? Extend the leg. Bring the foot between the hands. Lengthen into that runner's lunge, and this time rise up into a high lunge. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bind the hands behind the back. You can continue to look forward. Now, as you bind, be sure you're squeezing the upper back muscles together so the shoulders are coming together. So maybe you stay looking forward or begin to lift the chest. Eyes to the ceiling, adding that small back bend. One more breath. Beautiful. Reach the arms up over the head. Hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend that knee. Open up that hip. So this time, if you find all that weight rolling over to the right, press evenly into that left hand. Arms strong and straight. One more breath. Then lengthen the leg behind you, step it forward, lengthen into that low runner's lunge, and then rise all the way up. Beautiful. So we're going to bind, but we're going to put the opposite finger on top. So this is probably the grip that feels unusual to you. Hold, eyes forward. Can you sink a little deeper into your legs? Continue to pull those low ribs in. Option to add that crescent shape, lifting your heart up as you sink into the legs. One more breath. Reaching the arms up over the head, bringing the hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Lifting that right leg back up, bend that knee, open up your hip. This time with the option to go ahead and flip it over into Wild Thing, pressing your hips up. So just an option, you can always just keep that knee bent in one leg dog. Return your eyes to the mat, flip it back over. One leg dog. Stepping that foot between the hands, open up into Warrior Two. Stacking shoulders over hips. Now, one of the keys when you bind, the lower you can get into the legs, the easier that bind will happen. Begin to lengthen forward and come into your side angle, lengthening the arms. Option always is to bend the elbow, or maybe place that bottom hand on a block. We're going to rotate the palm to face behind you. Lead with that thumb, come into a half bind, grabbing onto the thigh or maybe even your shirt. Eyes to the ceiling. So it's really important here that you squeeze the muscles in the upper back. That allows the front of the body to lengthen. One more breath. And then begin to straighten that forward leg for half bound triangle. Leaning over that forward leg. Good, we're almost there. And then begin to rise up, stretch your arms up, turn to face the long edge of your mat. Sunflowers, bend the knees, sweep those arms to the mat. Inhale, come up, loosening up those shoulders. Two more. Pivot to the back of the mat into a high lunge. Your left knee is bent. So if you're facing away from the camera, or you're away from your screen, I've got you. We're We're not going to do anything that we haven't already done. Just listen to my cues. Taking the hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Practicing on the other side, lifting that left leg up, bend that knee, open up the hip, stay or flip over into Wild Thing. Press your hips up, open the front of the body. Eyes to the mat, flip it back over, lift that left leg, and then step the foot between the hands, Warrior Two. So your left knee is bent. Begin to lean forward over the leg. So not tipping forward, but just lean over that forward leg. Side angle. Rotate the palm behind you. Lead with that thumb. Half bound side angle. So you're rolling that shoulder back. Squeeze the muscles in the back. Stay low in those legs. You're doing beautifully. You are strong and capable. One more breath. And then start to straighten the forward left leg for half bound triangle pose. Really important here that you haven't shifted forward. You don't want your butt behind you. Want everything aligned, hips stacked. Use your core, rise up, face that long edge of your mat. 3 sunflowers, sweep, and come up. 2 more. Pivot to the front into that high lunge, right knee is bent. Taking the hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Do that one more time through with the option to full bind. Be sure you have your strap or towel close in case you need it. Lift that right leg up, bend that knee, open up that hip. Option to flip it over. Open the front of the body, press the hips up. Lead with your eyes as you flip back over. One leg dog. Exhale, foot forward. Inhale, rise up, Warrior Two. Reach forward, come into your side angle. So if you're using a towel or strap, you want it in your top hand. Take it behind you. Then with the right, you can either stay with your half bind or reach underneath. Be sure you're not coming into this forward fold. Everything aligns over that forward leg. So press your hips forward, stack those hips. One more breath. And then straighten that forward leg, bound triangle. Good, rise it up, release that bind. 3 sunflowers, move that energy around, loosen it up. You're doing beautifully. One more. High lunge to the back, left knee is bent. Taking the hands to the mat, step back for downward facing dog. We're going to pause here for about 3 breaths. Check in. Where's your mind at? Is it still here? Are we focused on gratitude? I sure hope so. One more breath. And then take that left leg up, bend that knee, open it up, flip it over if you choose. Wild Thing. Eyes to the mat, one leg dog. Stepping the foot forward, Warrior Two. Reach forward, side angle. Your strap or towel is in the top hand, half bind or full. Pulling that right shoulder back. Squeeze the muscles in the upper back. That will help you open up the front. Begin to straighten that leg, bound triangle. Really squeeze those quads to straighten the leg. On that next breath, extend, rise. Last 3 sunflowers, move it around, beautiful. Smile. You did it. Pivot to the front, high lunge. Whoa, lost my balance for a second. Now step that back foot forward, meet me in chair pose. Feet and knees together, low ribs pulling in, arms extended. And mountain pose. So we are going to practice balancing half moon. If you would need a block, go ahead and grab that, and you'll want it about at least a foot in front of you if you want it. So step back. We're going to start by balancing on the right foot. We're going to go into warrior 3 first. So left foot taps back, lean over, warrior 3. And then bring the hands down to the mat or a block. Keeping that right hand on your block or the floor, peel open to balancing half moon. So just like we practiced on the floor, if you want to practice sugar cane, we did this from our hands and knees in the warm-up. You bend the leg, place the foot into the hand, and kick. Hold for 5. If you fall, it's okay. 3, 2, slowly, if you've added it, extend. Take both hands to the mat. Then that left foot, we always go through slow through transitions, and rise back up, high mountain. And mountain pose. Let's try that on the other side. Tapping the right foot back. Warrior 3. Hands down to the floor or a block. Begin to peel open the hips, stacking the right on top of the left. Peel that right arm up, balancing half moon. Stay or bend that leg, place it into the hand, kick, open up. For 5, 4. Extend if you've added that bind. Slowly the hands come down, then that foot, shake it out, forward fold. Inhale, rise back up, stand tall, and mountain pose. Widen your feet, hip distance apart, sit down into chair. Bringing the hands to the heart center, you're going to start to peel the heels up, and you're going to lower all the way to the mat and come to have a seat. Boat pose. Finding those sits bones, go right into the pose. You can keep knees bent, or if you wish, can you extend the legs and the arms, come over the head, hold. Coming out of your pose, lower down to the mat. Bringing the feet in closer to the glutes, arms at your sides. Bridge pose, so press through the feet, press the hips up, and again, walk your shoulders together and down your back. Option here to bind. And release. We're going to do that bridge pose one more time. You can switch the grip, or for those of you who want to practice that wheel pose, you can do that as well. I'm going to guide you into bridge first. Begin to lift your hips. Shoulders come together. Stay, make your choice, or hands up by the ears. Continue to press your hips up into wheel pose. Whatever pose you're in, come down and hug knees to chest. Let it go. And rock side to side, maybe some circles on that low back. And then start to rock forward and back. Gain some momentum and come all the way up to have a seat. We're going to do cow face pose, starting with the knees bent in front of you. We're going to take that right foot underneath over to the left hip, and then cross and maybe stack the knees. Do what works for you here. You do want to try to keep both sits bones down on the mat. Reach the arms up, left hand to the center of the back. So again, if you binding the hands doesn't quite work, grab that taller strap. I'm going to use it on this side. Put it in the top hand, lead with that thumb, and then you can just use that strap to walk the hands closer together. So you just don't want to be rounding. You want to sit up as tall as you can. And for my super flexible people, if you got some space and want to lean forward, feel free. And release. We're going to keep the legs where they are. Take that right arm up and then cross it over that leg. You can hook maybe the forearm and come into your twist. Sitting up nice and tall. Facing forward. Let's do all of that on the other side. So left leg underneath right, foot to hip, cross, maybe stack, strap. If you need it in that top hand, take it up, hand to the center of the back, then lead with that thumb, grab the strap and walk the hands closer together. So all of this opening we did today for the chest and shoulders, so good for us because we tend to, in our daily lives, if you just look around from being on phones and sitting at desk, our shoulders will start to round. So it's really important that we work on strengthening the upper back muscles and stretching those shoulders to help us with our posture, which good posture is very important. As you know, we don't want to grow old and be hunched over. We want to keep those back muscles nice and strong. Let's release the hands, left arm up to the sky, and then hook and twist. Come out of that twist. We're going to lower ourselves down onto the mat, nice and slow, always honoring transitions. Then coming into happy baby pose, ankles over knees, hands to feet and pull down. And we're trying to connect the entire spine, even our tailbone, down onto the mat. Then release your grip and straighten the legs. We're coming into waterfall pose. So legs are just right over the hips, feet flexed. Arms at your sides. It's a great pose to do to relieve pressure from your legs. Great for circulation. And it's really good to move over to a wall sometimes. If you're having trouble sleeping, it's a great pose to help you relax. Bringing knees to chest. Extend the legs out a little wider than your hips as we move into our final resting pose of Shavasana. I invite you to close your eyes, arms resting at your sides. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let it go. Finding stillness in both your body and also try with your mind. And I'll be back with you in just a moment. So you are welcome to stay here as long as you'd like, or if you're with me, begin to bring small movements back into your body. It's a gentle awakening. And then bringing the knees in, roll to your side into a resting fetal position and pause for just a couple of moments. Tell yourself good job for showing up, and maybe set your intention for the rest of your day. A good one would be to keep this thoughts of gratitude going with you throughout your day. And then help yourself up to have a seat. You did beautifully. I know I say it every class, but you did. Believe it. You did. Take a deep breath in. And then bringing your hands to prayer at your heart center, from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice, and I hope you have a blessed day.